just a car. It's a 230-mile-an-hour fuel-injected data processing machine, sensing heat, pressure, friction, fuel, producing more than 1 million data points every second. These are not just fans. These are Tifosi, a fire-breathing cultural phenomenon, a sea of red, a family bound by passion, with sky-high expectations and a fierce devotion that transcends generations and geography. This is not just an app. It's an AI-powered platform translating data into insight and fueling a fan base of millions. The new Scuderia Ferrari HP app with AI-generated content and insights built with IBM Watson X.
So my dad used to race Morris Minors at the Liverpool City Speedway in New South Wales in the 1970s. He was car racing mad. And I remember Sunday afternoons, maybe some of you do too, watching the supercars on TV, and then as I got older, staying up late into the night on Sunday evenings, watching the F1 racing with Dad. So this year, I got to represent IBM at the F1 in Melbourne as a guest of Ferrari, and I was in the garage on Friday, on practice day, and the Ferrari race garage is something else. You know, no photos allowed, but the 2 cars, 25 racing engineers, race directors, fuel specialists. It's really an intense place to be. And so I was there, headphones on, listening to the race communications, and standing next to me on my left-hand side was Lewis Hamilton's dad, Anthony. So now, of course, after shaking Anthony Hamilton's hand out the back of the Ferrari garage in Melbourne earlier this year, emotional me has become a fan of Ferrari, part of the global Tifosi. So did you know that Ferrari has 390 million fans? And what I've come to observe is that this brand really embodies a culture of high performance, of precision, and of passion built on more than 75 years of Ferrari's history. But there is a fundamental problem. Only a small percentage of these fans actually ever get to go to a race. The locations, the expense, make it out of reach of most. And obviously, hardly any of them can afford to buy a Ferrari vehicle. So, how does Ferrari maintain this cultural connection to its fan base when almost all of its fans never get to experience the physical brand at all? So Ferrari knew of IBM's track record helping large sporting and entertainment brands bridge this digital and physical divide and bring engagement to fans all around the world. And so Ferrari approached IBM. They needed a digital experience that directly connected the fan to the excitement, the engineering, the precision, and the polish of the F1 race team. And so this app, if you haven't, please download it. It's so much fun. The Race Center with all the racing insights is my favorite part, and it helps build anticipation, increase fan engagement, pre, during, and post the GP, in particular in the dead time, between races. You get all these AI-generated content, race summaries, key moments, predictive race insights, race gallery, lots of other post-race information. Also, a new feature, Team Radio, is being developed with AI transcripts of the same team radio that I got to listen to in the garage in Melbourne, bringing you closer to the team's drama and to the decision-making. It has a social center where Instagram-like driver reels and celebrity Ferrari fan content is surfaced, as well as providing the ability for fans to message the team and to message drivers. And of course, you can engage further with the brand by buying Ferrari products. The Ferrari fashion collection. We all need a handbag or an 800 euro pair of jeans, don't we? Absolutely. The Ferrari Museum and other Ferrari racing entities like the endurance team and even the Ferrari esports team, where young drivers compete in elite virtual racing for Ferrari. So IBM worked with Ferrari to strike a balance between designing a mobile experience that pushed the boundaries while staying true to Ferrari's principles, to its voice, and to its history. So this solution starts with data, and it ends with AI-driven insights, the Ferrari fan experience pipeline. So what did we do? So we had to start by thinking, how would we train a large language model? In this case, multiple large language models from IBM Granite family of models, but also from Mistral. And how would we train these models with over 50 years of Ferrari content? So we could make sure that we got the Ferrari race language spot on. So we ingested historical data, including racing telemetry, weather, session results, driver and team principal comments. And we ended up creating the first ever Ferrari data store. So we used this data store to ground the AI when generating any content that we wanted it to generate, but specifically the race summaries and the predictive insights. And we used an AI agent combined with the watsonx.governance capabilities to make sure that we, in real time, tested all AI-generated content against Ferrari's approved content structures, against their tone of voice, and other guardrails like never comparing drivers against each other and no negative content. And the new team radio transcription feature really is a pretty complex challenge to get right with using AI, mainly because we have to do the hard lifting pretty much in real time. So effectively, we're training and tuning a model to detect and classify who is talking on the team radio. So that means the AI needs to understand slang and nicknames and things like that. But it also needs to understand the technical terms and the race strategy terms that are used almost as shorthand by the professionals in the team. And it has to transcribe all of this in real time. It has to chunk it up into exciting little content packages and publish into the app near real time. So Lewis likes the app, but I think the story that I wanted to focus on is that a 75-year-old car manufacturer is really not acting its age. And they are all in on leveraging the power of technology to transform their brand experience and their connection with their customers. And their business results are really quite intriguing. They've got a company valuation of close to 80 billion euros. They're the fourth most valuable car company in the world, only behind Tesla, BYD, and Toyota, which makes sense. But when you think that they only sell 14,000 vehicles per year, it's really quite dramatic. Where is all this value stored? They've got extreme loyalty with their customers as well, with over 80% of their customers coming back and buying the new model vehicles when the time is right. So Ferrari is proving that there is serious value in the investment in what I previously called the AI experience pipelines. Yeah? These pipelines that are fueled with data and made more personal and contextually relevant with the power of AI. So, from one risk taker to another. At IBM, we think of ourselves as the 114-year-old startup. We've gone from personal computers to cloud, from mainframes to being a leader in AI and quantum. We've transformed ourselves 5 times, nearly died twice, but we're still here. And IBM's ability to stay relevant for over a century is down to its adaptability, to its commitment to innovation, and to its culture. Now, I am fully blue-washed. I have taken the pill, okay? However, what I believe is that my company plays a mission-critical role in the systems that run the global economy. That my company is dedicated to the success of our clients and to creating positive societal impacts. And that our company is focused on creating the future of computing. It's the company of the founders of AI, of the women that put the men on the moon, and the scientists that reimagined the blood transfusion process. But we are big. We are very, very complex. 170 countries, 3 businesses, a disparate matrix of roles and responsibilities. The processes that are set up to control and govern our global operations can be very complex. We don't have as many fans as Ferrari, but we do have close to 300,000 employees who turn up every day to do the work that matters. So IBM's next transformation will be one of AI. First, IBM will create the future data and AI products that will run the world. Yep. Software, infrastructure, but also specialist human capabilities, like AI specialists and business consultants. But the trick in our transformation is going to be how we harness all these capabilities, bring them together to make ourselves the most productive company in the world. So I'm going to tell you about IBM's AI transformation story and the success to date of our internal transformation using AI has been down to a new role definition, a new human in our organization that we've called the productivity catalyst. Okay? Specific people who from inside their own departments were empowered to go hunting for inefficiencies and to set about reimagining how work gets done with AI and automation fully integrated to the core. These teams started by thinking, if we had AI, what work would we stop doing? Why do we force ourselves to keep doing this again and again? How can this task be completed with less stress and made much, much more simple? So these basic themes, along with lots of other parallel activities, some of which I'll talk to you about, has led us to a new world of AI assistants and AI agents that are present in almost all areas of our operations. Tech issues? Ask IT. Want to book leave? Ask HR. Need to make a promotion decision? The AI agent Hero can help. Need to get a marketing campaign asset built? Go to the creative assistant. Don't know how to do anything? Go to Ask IBM and let the agents figure it out for you. And the impact on our experience at work is big. These agentic solutions, they're always on. They give real-time answers. They bring any workflow required at any point in time straight to the surface, into their own chat interface. Our people don't need to learn all the back-end systems that power the organization under the covers. Work becomes more fulfilling and more time for our core mission and more time for serving our clients. New career pathways are even opening up, and my colleague Zoe was in the AFR last month talking about her move from IBM's HR administration function into AI consulting for HR and talent clients. And the stats, they truly are remarkable. 94% of all of our HR queries solved inside Ask HR with no human intervention. The operating budget of HR has decreased by 40%. Ask IT solves 80% of all IT support queries. Ask Enterprise Performance Management, bit of a mouthful. However, it enables 100% self-service business performance reporting, 100%. So, how do we do it? How does a transformation like this work? And this story really, the key principles make all the difference, okay? And you would have heard some of this before. We started with data, and I'm sure a lot of you are starting with data in your own organizations. We began by fixing fragmented data systems, setting a standard for data management, and reducing the time taken by humans to do data consolidation effort. Then we simplified our tech stack using common components including Adobe, Salesforce, SAP, Apptio, and of course watsonx. And then we changed how we work. Productivity squads reimagined how work gets done with AI. And we've never stopped. We're not finished, and we continue to figure out where the next idea to innovate how we work comes from. And one of the ways we do this systematically across the company is by running whole of IBM internal events. We're in the middle of our third IBM watsonx challenge right now, which is effectively a global hackathon where teams compete to use watsonx to solve IBM simplification opportunities. There's about 200,000 people participating right now, and 70% of the ideas surfaced over the last 3 years have made their way into reality and have led improvements in solutions that the employees use every day. Now, the outcome, what we've achieved, the big result. And I think the point of this message is that I'd like to illustrate what really is on the table, you know, for all this AI investment and all this transformation that you're all contemplating right now. So in only 2 years of trying this approach, IBM reduced its operating expenses by $3.5 billion US. This is really big. This is SEC audited. This is a case study in the Harvard Business Review, okay? AI-first reimagine of work has led us to process simplification, tech stack simplification, application consolidation, less admin work tasks, and it's freed up big dollars, as you've seen, in labor productivity, infrastructure costs, and spend reduction. And the truth is that as we increase the number of AI systems beyond pure automation into the mix, we went from a 25% AI to 75% AI systems now, integrated into our core business. We sped up the productivity returns. So, how do you bring these two stories together, Ferrari and IBM? I listened to Ferrari's team principal, Fred Vasseur, talk about how he drives success in the F1 teams that he leads. And his big point is that success in F1 requires focusing on making marginal gains across all areas of team performance, rather than seeking a single dramatic breakthrough. So at Ferrari, this means improving in areas like aerodynamics, in the chassis, the engine, the suspension, the strategy, and the driver performance, And the same really is true inside IBM. So the IBM Client Zero transformation story and the Ferrari AI experience transformation story, the success of both these initiatives really does hinge on three simple pillars: on data, on experience, and on performance. And this is the blueprint that I'd like you to take home into your organizations today. So the key principles around data are super, super important and continue to be. Data quality. Poor, disorganized data is the biggest challenge for companies getting the most out of their AI initiatives. And from my point of view, the impact of poor data, frankly, isn't the CIO's problem by themselves. It's not only a tech issue. It really is a business performance issue. The next is experience, because there's no scale. There's no scale in transformation in our organizations without people. So we need to figure out ways of trusting our people to help drive the change with us. Not just bringing them along on the journey, but also equipping them with the AI tools, equipping them with new skills and with new resources so they have the confidence to contribute their ideas and their innovation to help your organizations succeed in the AI-enabled world. But also to drive adoption and lead AI transformation from the ground up, we need to figure out what to do with our culture. Yeah? How do we create a collaborative environment where people will be comfortable in a future of work, combining their skills with AI skills? And then finally, performance. To drive strong business performance, we've got to be clear on our goals. We need to figure out where we can prioritize our investment so we can show, prove, and deliver early wins. We need to be able to measure the impact that we're having. A lot of us forget about how to measure the spend that's going into our innovation agenda. Because with this approach, we can find ways of celebrating early successes. Yeah? And early successes will help us build momentum, and a flywheel of investment, it will start spinning. The confidence that you build will enable your company to get behind you and find ways of reinvesting early savings so that you can go deeper, so you can move faster, and you can scale early success across the organization. Data plus experience plus performance. So that's my story. I hope you enjoyed some lessons from the coolest car brand in the world and what I think is the coolest tech company in the world. And lots of us are here over the next 3 days to talk to you. We've got our engagement zone out the front where you can race in the Ferrari simulator. We've got all of our AI and data specialists on our booth near the cafe. But we've also got lots and lots of sessions, and tomorrow, a really critical roundtable with Dr. Mikhail Korev and Kieran Hagen. So thank you very much. Enjoy your day.